everyone, it's Ginny again. Now what you can see on my desk at the moment is a brand new Moleskine diary which my sister-in-law, my hubby's sister, very kindly gave me for my birthday in November last year, and it's been sitting in a box since, and I keep saying to myself I've got to start this journal because I want this to be my journal for 2016. And of course I've been busy doing other things and it keeps getting pushed back and back and back, so I want to start it now before it gets to March. So it's an art, what they call a sketchbook album, and I don't know whether it's really suited to painting or not, but I had a look inside and it's got really nice thick paper and it seems like it's pretty good quality, so I'm going to have a go at painting in it anyway, and I'll use gesso and hopefully it should hold up okay, because it certainly seems like a lot better quality than my other journals which I use. I'll show you one of them if I can get it off the shelf. Where did I put it? Hang on, sorry. Shuffle. Here, I've been using, Aussie ladies will know this is a Kmart visual art diary that I use as a journal, which the paper's not bad, but it's certainly not as good quality as the Moleskine, so I'm excited to be able to use that. I'll show you, this is, I've only done a brief amount of stuff in this. This is one of my feather girls that was inspired by Elna Vlok. She started doing her gorgeous girls with the feathers in their hair, and I did one that I've shown in a slideshow, which I have on my wall, and I like her better than this one. This one's mouth and that seems a little bit pinched, but anyway, she's alright. She was fun to do. I just sprayed some colours in the background, drew her on some photocopy paper in pencil and stuck her on, and then stuck the feathers over for her hair. So that's her. What else have I done? This is pretty basic stuff. Here's a page. I haven't quite finished yet. Again, that was just paint that I'd wiped off in the background. And quote says, "There is a beauty in even the simplest of things." And I've done a flower. Boop. A flower there and a girl, which I hate her mouth. But I've outlined it in black and realised it looks awful, so I won't do that again. But you know, you learn as you go, don't you? I haven't finished this page. What I wanted to do is put a border on it, and I also intend to cover this in the clear gesso that I made not that long ago, and then I want to go over and retouch her up and the flower with the pencils, because they work a lot better. They should show up a lot stronger once I use them over the top of the clear gesso, because they've got something to grip onto. So yeah, that's that page. This is a page I did ages ago, which is very, very basic daggy flowers I made. And I'm thinking of going back and keeping working on this as well. I want to do a bit more work on it. And what else? I haven't got much else. All I've got is some just wipe off paint. So yeah, I don't really do a lot in my journals. That's a thing I did ages ago when I very first joined Kelly Donovan's All Things Creative. We had a mosaic challenge and I cut lots of bits of paper into tiny pieces and made a, I suppose what you call a quirky tree. So yeah, that's that. So I want to get going on this journal, and I don't know if I've said before, but I do what many other artsy craftsy people here on YouTube do, is choose a word for the year. And last year my word was perseverance, and I stuck to that. I kept persevering even though I thought I wasn't doing very well, and it paid off for me. So this year is my year of courage, and I certainly want to take on more challenges and try more things that I've up until now been too scared to. You know, I've had a lot of fear about actually giving things a go. So this is my year. I'm going to hopefully have a lot of courage and try things, and so that's it. So I want to, the daylight's fading now, so I don't know how good it's going to be, but I want to get started on this. I'm going to do a first page, and if I don't get much of it done before it gets dark and I lose my light, and I will come back and add to it a little bit at a time until I've done the page and filled up a video. So yeah, I'm going to start with just putting some gesso on the page. I'll leave that very first one blank. I always like to leave a blank page in the beginning of a journal, so that will do as that. And I'll start, this is my first sort of introductory page to this journal, and I'll just get some gesso and a brush and some paper. Now I had paper here. Sorry, I'll probably cut this boring bit out with me fiddling around trying to find things. Just want to protect if I splash or spill gesso everywhere. Just use a bit of copy paper. Just put that there maybe. Try and save my good board. Well, let's go. So yeah, I plan to, with this page, just sort of have an introductory thing of, you know, this is my year of courage for 2016. I'm really excited about finally starting this journal, because I'm just so excited to have a moleskine or moleskina or moleskin. It's pronounced lots of different ways by different people. Hopefully this paper holds up alright. This gesso's got a few lumps in it which I'm not real happy with. It's possibly getting a bit old now. My daughter bought me this when I very first started doing painting. I didn't even know what gesso was. I had to ask her, what's gesso, and what do you do with that, what's it for? And she said, I'll get you some. So she did, which was very nice of her. I can see the page is starting to buckle a little bit under the moisture. So it's probably not meant to be used as an art journal really, but I'm going to have courage and do it anyway. Hopefully it'll be alright. Oop. Just spilled some gesso on the desktop. I'm doing this really quickly. I'm not really doing a fab job of it, but there. Alright, while that dries, I might just have a look at what I've recorded so far and see whether the lighting is been enough. And I'll come back either now or in the morning. Okay, ta-da for now. Just going over a few patches that were missed and testing if the lighting is alright. Can I find a paintbrush? Here we go. Yeah, it's quite dark in here. Now that the summer is coming towards an end, the daylight doesn't last as long, and the sun is shifting its position, or we're shifting our position, and so the angle of the sun is different, so it doesn't come through the window as bright and for as long as it used to. So I'm just a bit worried how I'm going to go in winter, because it possibly might be too dark for a while before the sun changes angle again. But we'll see. If it ends up being too dark in here, I could always go and do videos that need a lot of lighting. I could do in front of another window in a different part of the house, probably in the living area, lounge room, whatever you call it. Now, where's a few spots that got missed? Yeah, I think the paper's holding up alright. It's very slightly buckled, but I think it'll be okay once it dries out properly. Certainly no worse than the other type of journals that I use. So there's an improvement on that. Oops, move the paper so it doesn't stick. Alright, leave that to dry, and I shall look at this video and see how it turned out. Okay, it's the next day and I'm back, and I'm going to start now on a background. Gesso is dry and it's a little bit wobbly, but it's okay. So I've chosen a couple of colours, and I want to use this spongy thing on a handle, but unfortunately using it recently the handle came off, and if I use it sometimes it falls off, but we'll see how I go. Otherwise I might just grab the brush and the sponge. Now, where did I put that? Oh, on the floor. That's a great place. Palette knife. So I'm thinking this might be a bit dark. I want to start with really pale and then build the colour up a bit, rather than start with dark and then I have trouble toning it down. I'm doing the blue and the pink because I've already got some mixed up. It's left over from the canvas I did recently. My memory is that shocking I can't even recall. Well, oh, that's it. Colour of the Year art. So I'm using that, but I'm also, because this is, you know, 2016 page, I thought we might as well use the colours of the year. Or a couple of them. But I also want to add a bit of purple as well, so it won't be entirely blue and pink, but we'll see. So here I go. Let's get a little bit on the sponge. I did this on an index card without using gesso, and the effect was really good, but I can see that it's not, I might just dab it instead. It's not giving me the same effect with the gesso underneath, but that's okay. Try not to go onto that other page. I wonder if I put some masking tape. I'm a bit worried I might not get it back up again. I might just hold the paper there. Yeah, if I do that, it leaves streaks. I can't decide now whether I want that or not. Well, maybe it's not so bad. I could do another layer. Oh, that started to dry already. Alright. Pouncing it is. Now I want to change to pink for a little while. I've only got that one spongy bit, but I might try this other one. Oh, these are little capsules my mother gives me after she dyes her hair. It comes in one of those little, you know, buy in the supermarket kits to dye your hair, and she gives them to me when she's finished with them because I like to use them. I can mix up a bit of paint and keep it in there. I don't dye my hair myself, I never have, and I don't intend to. I don't have anything against people who do. I think that's great, and you know, it looks good on people that have different coloured hair or try to maintain their natural colour when they start going grey. I don't object to that at all. It's just for me personally, I prefer the more natural look. I prefer to, and I already have started going grey slowly. It's just my own thing. So yeah, anyway, I don't have those pots because I don't dye my hair. Let's spread this out a bit more. It's probably going to take ages before I get how I want it. Pounce, pounce, pounce. Where am I going from here? Do a little bit there, a little bit down here. Yeah, if I try and wipe it, if I try and swirl it around, it wipes the paint back off again. That's a lot of pink. I'm just rinsing out that sponge, the blue one. Put some more blue. It's still quite dark. That's alright. Now, give that another rinse. And dry. And I want to do some of this purple. With some white. Yeah, I don't want too dark of a background because I want to do some drawing. I want to add a picture on there and then do the writing as well. So anyway. Anyway, see how it goes. Oh, that's probably a bit thick. Oh well. I'm doing this patchy thing again. I do this quite a lot. I do sort of patches of colour. It's kind of become a habit, I think. So I think it looks nice. I wish I could have got the same effect I had but never mind. Just fill in a few patches that are a bit too pale. That'll do. Now I shall dry. purpley thing. Is that better? Alright, so I'm just adding a second layer because it wasn't quite dark enough for me. There was too many patches of white coming through. Oops. I think those colours look alright together. Kind of a soft colouring. Oh, sorry, I've been fairly quiet, not chatty. And the reason I do these longer versions is so that I can chat to you and keep you company for a little while you do your own thing. And I'm sitting here not chatting. Now I look at that and all I can see is this. I don't like it. Don't like it at all. It would be better if that was separate. I might put some purple there. What was I going to tell you? Oh yeah, with me clearing my throat all the time, I went and saw my doctor the other day and I spoke to her about it, and she said that it might be, someone suggested to me ages ago when I first started saying how this clearing my throat was bothering me, and I'm sorry I've forgotten your name if you're watching, told me that she had the same problem and a doctor put her on an acid reflux medication, and that stopped it. So anyway, I had asked my doctor about this before and I can't remember what happened, but I don't think that well, I know she didn't agree with that idea at the time. But now I've sort of stressed to her that this has been going on too long and I'm really sick of it. So she said, all right, she'll try me on that, because she said that does happen, that apparently you can have acid reflux without realising that you have it, because it can happen while you're lying down at night sleeping, and what happens is that some of your stomach acid comes up into your esophagus and it can actually irritate your esophagus and your throat, and that's why you get all that kind of build up of phlegm, because it's trying to heal the irritation, and that's why you have to keep clearing your throat all the time, because you've got like an excess of phlegm. So that makes a lot of sense to me. So and she had a look at my throat and she said it certainly does seem to be inflamed or irritated, so she's put me on that acid reflux medication. So I take 1 tablet a day and we're just going to see if that helps. So far no, but this is only the 2nd day that I've been on it, so we'll see. Interestingly, it's always worse after I brush my teeth or I drink or eat. So yeah, maybe that's even irritating my throat as well. I don't know. Let's put some purple here just to break that up. Is that a bit better? Sort of. Oops, don't get paint on the camera. that's about my throat. I have some good news to share. I've forgotten I haven't mentioned. My daughter's engaged. Yay! Her boyfriend, they've been together 6 years. Wow, that's gone so quickly. Can you believe that, Teresa? 6 years! He proposed to her on her birthday, which was really sweet. They both work as train drivers, and they both do shift work, and on her birthday she had to work, and so did he, and they both finished at the same time at 9:30 in the evening. And on that day, which is in January, it was really hot, so after work they went to the beach, and apparently the beach was quite crowded even though it was dark at night. And they were sitting on the beach, and he just proposed to her. So at first she didn't take him seriously, and she kind of said, you know, shut up. She actually, she swore at him because she was so shocked. And then she realised he was serious, and she was like, oh, her heart melted. So yeah, they're engaged. They're not in any hurry to get married yet though. They want to just, you know, take it slowly, which is good, I think. There's no point rushing. Alright, so I've just noticed I don't like this patch here, so I'm just going to... Well, that's going to be darker if I do that, isn't it? Just going to grab a little smidge more purpley purple. My hubby's out at the moment, so it's nice and quiet in the house. The doggies are sleeping. I like to have their afternoon snooze like a little kid. Try not to go over the edge onto the other page. Alright, oh, hang on, that here. I think that'll do it. I will dry it off, and then I'll come back and start adding a picture and words. Clean up this paint and water and such too, so I'll be back soon.